Hello, everybody. Welcome inside of NRG Stadium. I'm KPRC 2 Sports Director Randy McElvoy. As we embark on a new NFL season, the excitement is certainly building for the Houston Texans. This is quiet right now, and it will stay that way until week 2 when the Texans are home and they have their home opener against the Indianapolis Colts. But the season opener, of course, coming up Sunday when they visit the Baltimore Ravens. So much excitement over the last several months for this organization. The hiring of DeMeco Ryans, the former Texan, coming back home, serving as the head coach for the first time in his career. DeMeco Ryans, alongside General Manager Nick Caserio, building what they hope is an improved roster, one they believe can compete and win in the AFC South. Top 2 picks, definitely bringing excitement at C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson Jr. A lot goes into a new football season in the NFL, especially here with the Houston Texans. This past week, I had the chance to sit down for a few minutes with Chairman and CEO Cal McNair, alongside his wife Hannah, who serves as the Vice President of the Texans Foundation. We talked all things football, expectations, and how they're building and winning back the fan base here in Houston. Here's some of that conversation. All right, so we've reached game week. It's been a long off season, busy off season, on and off the field, getting ready for the new year. What's the feeling like right now from where y'all are sitting, knowing the opener's coming up on Sunday?
Finally. Finally, yeah, we've been working hard the whole off season, like every off season, but we felt this one went really particularly well. And we're excited to see the guys on the field, excited to go up, and it's going to be a quality opponent. In a really fun atmosphere to go up and play. So we can't wait. We're excited.
Cal said last night, we were sitting there, no TVs on or anything, just sitting, and Cal said, well, this time next week we'll know what we have. And I think that's true, right? Everybody's anticipating the first game. You want to know what your team looks like, and sometimes that first game can help set the tone.
Yeah, we'll know more than we do now, for
yes.
sure.
What's it like, I think a lot of people, because y'all obviously go to all the games home and away, what's it like during a game, just watching and just leading up to it? Because you're not only y'all ownership of the team, but you are fans too. I mean, it's you kind of live through it during these games up in the box.
We bleed through it. we live through it. We love the game. We're watching it very intently, and we're having a lot of conversations back and forth. At the end of every quarter, they bring us the stats, and so we get to see the stats and see quarterback ratings and conversions on third down and hidden yardage and all those things we get to see, and so we're into it, and yeah, it's pretty intense.
Cal has to remind me often that, Hannah, you may be on film, so please stop making faces and standing up and shouting.
You got to be aware of that, don't you?
I'm intense during the games.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. We're both very competitive. We grew up playing sports and team sports at that, so we love it. You have to love it, and we live and breathe.
Yep, we talked during the off season a couple of times at events, and we were talking about getting the fans on board, and from what I recall, I think the bottom line is, hey, we got to start winning too. It's about who we're bringing in and how we're carrying ourselves, but it's about winning as well. And you just kind of mentioned being the competitive nature that y'all have. End of the day, it is about hopefully starting to pile up some wins, right?
That's exactly right. And starts Sunday, yep. And continues. It's a long season, so you don't want to get too high or too low, and keep battling and keep improving as the season goes on. And Nick and Coach talk about a process, and they believe in it, and we believe in it. And it's kind of like a steam engine. Once it gets going, it gets rolling. We feel a lot of momentum, and we can't wait to see what's going to roll out this season.
Yeah, we're obviously not where we want to be. We want to be people talking about us being in playoffs, and hopefully that's what they're talking about come December. We'd love to see that, but I think we've got a lot of really good young players on both sides of the ball with a great coach that's going to take us to good places.
Y'all hired DeMeco Ryans, and obviously what the reaction's been in the city. It's brought the buzz back in the city, and when you look back at that process and the day he was introduced at that news conference inside, all the players showed up, the support. How did that make y'all feel from day one when y'all made that hire and made it official?
Well, he stepped into those shoes, and he is who he is. He's very authentic, and we could see that through our process. And of course, we've known him, for a long time on top of that. So it was really nice to see him just make that natural progression and step into those shoes and assume the leadership that he's worked and earned their shot at it. And to see all the people that he knew when he was here really back him and the excitement of it, and so it's been really, really rewarding.
I think it was confirmation when you see these former players, guys who have helped build this organization and been here throughout the years, really come and support. It was confirmation to us, and I think to the city, when the fans watching what we were doing so intently, that we are on the right track.
He talks often, the other day at his Zeus conference, about the opportunity he has here in Houston being a head coach for the first time. And he says, hey, I love football, I love coaching the game, but I'm also more about as well, helping these guys grow off the field, husbands, family guys. And I know that's the message I want too, is this organization. And it's a lot about football, we know that, but it's a lot more than that too.
It is a lot more than that, because there's a lot going on in these young men's life, and we tend to focus as fans on what they do on Sunday for 70 plays or whatever they're in for, but really there's a whole year behind that, and things are going through, and for the coach to recognize that and embrace it, and the players feel it. And so I think it's exactly what we're hoping to do.
And for a family, your greatest success is when you can all grow together. And I think the atmosphere here is family. We're all growing together. We're in this together, and we all have each other's backs. And that also speaks to what D'Amico's saying, is that, hey guys, we're in this together, and we all got to go together. So
the great group of draft picks that came in, and obviously the first round, CJ and Will Anderson Jr., how pleased have you all been already, just the way they carry themselves? Everybody knows the talent we're going to see on the field, but it kind of goes into that same category, just the way they carry themselves on and off the field. Young guys stepping into the NFL for the first time.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and it was really exciting and gratifying to see CJ be voted in as a captain, as a rookie. Says a lot about who he is and how the team feels about him and how he earned the job, and he's won the locker room, and that's a lot of fun. And then to see Will out there, and where the coaches are saying, okay, Will, calm down a little bit, offense has got to run some plays too. So, and I think we're going to see that on Sunday from both these guys, so we're excited for that, and really a bright future for them.
I think part of Nick's process is really bringing in guys that do embody that leadership role. I mean, you have Petrie, who's a second year, who's also a captain. That says a lot about the guys that Nick is bringing in through the draft process.
I want to talk a little bit about all the work y'all have done off the field with the foundation. I mean, y'all work husband and wife, but y'all are partners too in this as well. I want to talk a little bit about that, and how proud you are of Hannah, what she's done with the foundation work, and how that's continued to build year after year as well.
Well, Mom and Dad were partners, and so that's kind of the model we like to follow, and they are such a great model. And Mom's still my boss, and so love her to death. And she loves coming to the practices and games, and so that is our model. And she was very involved, just like Hannah's been very involved in the foundation on the charity side, but also, helping me day to day at times, and working through things that we're working through constantly. And she's a great resource and someone I lean on a lot. So she's the world to me. So it's pretty awesome.
I think
you haven't been involved so much with that.
I'm honored, really, that he respects my opinion so much. And it's true, his mom and dad were true partners. And I think I'm so blessed that Cal got to see that as an example growing up, and that he embraces me as his partner. I truly feel special. On the foundation side, I think that's the heart of who we are as an organization, is giving back. And through the foundation, we can really show that we are about helping Houston, and we are a family, and we are about lifting each other up and creating opportunity by being champions for youth. We just had one of our big events last week, and we raised almost $890,000, which is just a record. And that's thanks to everyone coming together for the greater good. So really love that we get to show our heart through the foundation.
All right, time for a quick break. When we come back, though, much more from my conversation with Cal and Hannah McNair as we count down to a brand new Texan season. And welcome back to our Texan special. You know, fan experience is a high priority for everyone involved in the Texans organization. They have spent months getting ready for this new season and building what they expect to be a high-level fan experience every home Sunday right here inside of NRG Stadium. I had the chance to catch up with Texans President Greg Grissom alongside Senior Vice President of Marketing and Communications Doug Vosick about all the exciting changes coming to NRG this season. All right, here with Texans President Greg Grissom. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, Randy.
A new year starting on the road, but man, and a week later, this place is going to be hopping with the Colts coming in. And I know you are excited not only about the season, but what's going to be happening inside of this building on game days.
No question. We can't wait to have a sold-out, energized environment for the Colts game and throughout the season. You know, just to get behind this team, support D'Amico and all of our players. It's going to be a great year.
What have you sensed from your team and hearing from the fans, just the excitement? It seems like the buzz the day he was hired to now, the buzz has been incredible. Him coming back to Houston, former player, to lead this team.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better leader in D'Amico and all that he represents to our franchise, both when he was a player and now here as our head coach. The word I would use, I mentioned him a second ago, is just energy. Mm-hmm. And, you know, inside our building, from our fans, and every which way you can measure, you know, the energy is palpable. It's growing, and we can't wait to get it kicked off here at this week and then at NRG next weekend. You know what this place is like when it's a full house, and I know you are. As we sit here right now, it's about close to a sellout. It'll be sold out. Yeah, so you're going to have a sellout. This place is going to be rocking. This is an advantage. One of the better ones in the NFL, I think, when it's noisy in this place. No question. Our fans bring the energy like none other, and we just got to do our best to create the environment that allows them to do that on game day and really be a factor in the game. And that's what our coaches and players want, and I know that's what we want. And when it happens, it's magic. And I can't wait to feel that again this season. Well, tell us kind of some of the new stuff that's coming that you are excited about, tying into the city, supporting the city, and bringing it inside of this building. Yeah, I would say we've been really focused on just reflecting everything that makes Houston great the last couple of years. So to do that, we're gonna do some new exciting things around music. We've got 2 new DJs that are really popular here in Houston. They're gonna bring that energy into the stadium. From food and beverage, we've got Trill Burgers representing the city of Houston here. You know, hopefully the lines aren't too long. You know, we don't have a drive-through like they have, but it's going to be great, and so many other just different ways that we can bring the city of Houston and represent them in the way we paint our end zones, or just a variety of different things to reflect the city and all that we do. Changes are good, right? I mean, you got to kind of go with the flow. You can't do the same thing every year, and I know y'all try to achieve that each and every season. No question. I mean, Hannah and Cal, they challenge us to evolve, to fearlessly evolve, to think differently. So we're trying to do that in all that we do, and you know, simple things like how it can make it more convenient for our fans, and our traffic management plan, how we communicate with our fans, ease of entrance to the stadium from security. So, I mean, we don't stop. We call it a get better mindset, and that's what we try to do every day. You feel like, and you've been around a long time, and obviously represent the organization, but I know you're a fan as well. Sure. And you enjoy these game days and the wins, and those are going to come. I know. Do you feel like it's almost, with the changes and the young players that y'all have coming in now, that you're on the cusp of something special again in this organization? Well, I know, you know, Nick and D'Amico have done a great job of building a roster, and, you know, that's an evolutionary process. It's something that changes every day, but I know we're on the right track, and I can't wait to just watch it grow and allow our fans in the city just to embrace this team, to get to know our players on and off the field, get to know their personalities, and we'll see where it goes. You know, the NFL is a very competitive business, which makes it great. But I know we're on the right track. Lastly, a message to the fan base that the excitement's building for them. I know they can't wait to be here a week from Sunday. Yeah, well, thank you for your support first and foremost. Be early, be loud, and let's get this place rocking, and we're going to have a great season. Always good to catch up. Greg Grissom, Randy. Houston Texans, new season, home opener a week from Sunday right here at NRG against the Indianapolis Colts. Thanks, man. Great. All right, here inside of NRG Stadium, here with
the Senior Vice President of Marketing and Communications at Vasa. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Here we are. This is go time.
We're almost there.
We're almost to the starting line. But the work has been put in, I know, months leading up.
Months,
to
years. It's always going
Absolutely.
on, right?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
How about the excitement level right now, knowing things are close, season starting, home opener is a week from Sunday?
Of course, you can't help but be excited, but I think just look at the fan response of what's happened since we turned the calendar year. Nothing but good news, nothing but upside, nothing but transformation on and off the field. And I don't know how you feel, but when you go around H-Town and see fans rocking their Texans gear, I think there's a new level of excitement back that's going to be brought to this building in 2 weeks.
You've been with the organization a little over a year. What's your big takeaway in this city and the way they embrace this team? And even during a few lean years, everybody knows, but it's still football. It's still Houston. They love this organization.
I wasn't here for those years. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nothing but beautiful energy, right? At the end of the day, what I will say is, I'm only 1 year in.
Yeah.
I'm only 1 year in, and what you do know is, this is H-Town's team. You know the way that people rally around Texans and the way they rally around NFL football in this city is like none other, right? So if you look at all that build and all that anticipation, it's go time. It's go time. And the fans have really responded well to all the changes that have been led by Cal over the past couple of years that really started to come to life last year and will be even more visible on game day this year and next year with that little project that I know you know about.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing to see how the city has rallied around everything that Cal's been leading and that we've been doing and really reacting positively to all the change.
That play football between the lines, but the experience, I know, is a huge part of what you guys spend hours and months on to prepare and make sure it's the ultimate fan experience on a game day, home game here at NRG Stadium. How important is that, and how excited are y'all with some of the new tweaks y'all have made going into this new season?
Yeah, it's critical, right? Game day experience, fan experience, right? Luckily for all of us, the fans drive a ton of that. They're out there tailgating way before most people wake up on that day. Sometimes they're in line. I think if I roll into game day around 6 a.m. for a 12 kick, they're already in line ready to go, right? So they drive so much of that experience on their own. But when they come in here, the ability to create energy with them and to do things, whether it be music, game entertainment, video board prompts that really elicit a response, that's what's key. And I think over the last year, if you really look at two things that have driven the changes going into this season, really twofold. One is after every single game, we do a voice of the fan survey. So fans let us know what they like and what they don't like. And we'll literally test down to hey, during this break in game action, we triggered this activity. How do you score that on a 1 from 10? And we use that feedback to then influence what's happening this year. So we get that every single game.
So it's not one of these things, hey, we'll look at everything at the end of the season. It's an instant feedback so you can make adjustments.
We make adjustments the whole time, and obviously we wait for that big year-end one to make big, significant change. Right. So what I will say is what you see this year comes from a lot of that survey data that come from the fans, and then we also started the fan council over the off-season. So that's about 60 individuals of all different types of fandom. Young casual fans, day one season ticket members, and everything in between. So we've gotten really in the weeds with them when it comes to entertainment, about music selection, video board prompts. So I will say this year is such a good collection of fan feedback, both from a quantitative survey perspective and just a heart-to-heart with fans and the fan council to really understand it. So if you look at some of the changes this year that I'm happy to kind of preview a little bit, is we'll have a whole new music strategy. We're finding new ways to kind of marry tradition, but also keep it fresh and new and young. A lot of that feedback came from fans. A lot of it came back from our players even. Like what kind of sound, what do they want to hear on third down as they're gearing up for a big play on defense? So you'll see a whole new strategy on music, and we got two new DJs this year. We've got DJ Vanilla Trill and DJ MC Beezy that are big names in H-Town that'll now be our game day DJs up on our stage 516. So a whole new approach to sound. We're also doing a whole new pregame show. So when you're out on the boulevard, when you're out tailgating, we're trying to get you to come in a little bit earlier. So starting 15 minutes before kick, you're going to find a whole new kind of storytelling, audio-visual experience leading into kick that tells a little bit about the story of the legend of the Bull and the legend of H-Town together into one. So brand new show this year that we've never tried before. So we're beyond excited to see, did we hear the fans correctly, and are we delivering a new entertainment product outside of the football product that they can get excited by?
And I bet the feedback from the fans that, hey, they care about, we're paying money to come to games. They actually care about what we experience while we're there.
Absolutely care. If you think about the end of the day, any of us that work in the front office, we're just the stewards right now. All right, we are just the people here right now, and our job is to listen to the fans and to deliver on fan expectations. So every single year we're getting better, and this year's a big year. There's a lot of change based upon the fan feedback.
Last question, next spring, I know the build-up, I talked to the McNairs about it, and Greg as well. There's some changes coming, uniform-wise. I know you can't divulge much, but it's exciting. It's something y'all put a lot of time and effort into.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you hear me say one thing over and over again, fans, 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 fans. Ultimately, why did we decide to update uniforms? Cal started a project years ago to envision who are the Houston Texans of the future. What is our charge? How do we evolve? By listening to fans in that process, they ended up saying to us, like, hey, we love our uniforms, we love how the Texans look, but it's time for an update. And maybe that wasn't something that was necessarily on that plan. So it's the fan feedback that drove, why are we even updating our uniforms? So next year as we go to that, delivering on that fan request and then having involved them in the entire process over the past year, the numbers I always cite is over 10,000 surveys, hundreds of people through focus groups over the past 9 months. And at the end of the day, 4 new uniforms coming, 4 very different uniforms based upon fans having very different feedback on what they want us to look like on Sundays going forward. So I think we're gonna really deliver on fan need coming up in 24 for the the jerseys, the pants, and the helmets at the end of the day.
Outstanding, man.
Awesome.
It's gonna be exciting.
Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for all what you've
Thank
done
you.
for the organization. I know the fans are excited. Week from Sunday right here at All Stars.
Can't wait to have them back. Thank you for the support.
Good to see you, man.
You too.
No doubt, exciting changes coming right here to NRG Stadium. Appreciate the time from Greg Grissom and Doug Vosick. All right, now back to more of my conversation with Cal McNair and Hannah McNair as they build to what they hope is an exciting 2023 season, both on and off the field. Last few years have been tough when it comes to the win column, and how tough has that been on the two of you as the two of the faces of this organization to kind of fight through that, assure the fan base that we are on the right track as an organization. But the last few years I would imagine have been tough in some areas. Get through it.
Well, Dad would say if it was easy, anyone could do it. So because it's tough, it has been a challenge, and we've been going through a bit of a valley, and sometimes you got to do that to get to the other side. And we were very confident in our vision, and we just had to work through it, and we're glad the fans are there with us. And like I mentioned earlier, it's like a steam engine with a lot of momentum, and we can't wait to see where this thing's going to go.
I think most of that is Cal staying steady and consistent and not letting things deter him from what he wants to see and what he wants to build. It's so easy to get bogged down in the negativity and just take it personally, but he knew that if he kept on the path and remained steady, that he could make Houston proud, and hopefully that we hold that trophy and we won't look back.
That's the goal.
It'd be all worth it.
That's the goal.
Hey, y'all both know, obviously, with the potential changes coming next spring with the some of the uniform tweaks. Yes, I know y'all can't divulge much of anything right now, but how exciting is that, knowing you're pretty happy with what's kind of on the table right now that could be coming? The fans are excited right now.
So that's something that we've picked up from the fans. They really wanted to see a uniform refresh. And we took a look at our closet, if you will, with the 4 uniforms and the opportunity to have one that speaks to each sort of segment. So we have more of a traditional one, and then we sort of branch out. And the other side is going to be really exciting to see how the fans react to that one. So it's fun, but a lot of tradition, but a lot of what the fans have been saying they want to see in the uniform as well.
If you're going to change it, you might as well go exciting.
Yeah.
And we're thankful. We had Doug Vosick joined us last year, and he's really helped lead the charge, challenging us to go bold, and we appreciate that because it truly does help us see things from all sides, and he's been wonderful.
Y'all kind of feel can you sense from could y'all stay connected with the fan base? Y'all sense the excitement from that end when y'all go out?
Oh yeah, we do. But we'll have tradition, and then we'll have some new things, maybe with a slightly different color thrown in there, but in a very nice way, so respectful. And
you can go and tell us right now if you want.
just wait.
Hey,
2024.
As we wrap it up, we're sitting inside a beautiful NRG Stadium. It's empty right now. Next week 2, this place is going to be rocking. This is home. This is a home field advantage. When you fill this place, it's a difference maker. And I know y'all want that to happen again. And hey, as we're speaking here right now, I think it's about a sellout, close to it. What's that going to mean week 2 when y'all come here against Indianapolis?
Sellout house, Liberty white, white out. Wear your whites, be loud, bring that home field advantage back, and so we're excited about this Sunday. But that next week coming home is going to be really special.
Our kickoff to the season. So we're really, really excited about that. And, we hear often from other teams that when this place is rocking, it's very difficult to play here. So fans, be quiet on offense. On defense, just get loud. Get loud. Don't let them have any advantage over us. Let's take it away.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
It'll be a great atmosphere. Listen, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. I know this is going to be a big year for the Texans, and on and off the field, you are doing so many great things, and of course, D'Amico leading the way on the coaching staff as well. So thank you all for the time. Hopefully a great season ahead.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Awesome. So there you have it. Great conversation, great insight to what should be an exciting Texans season here in 2023. Once again, really appreciate the time I got to spend with CEO and Chairman Cal McNair and his wife Hannah, who is the Vice President of the Texans Foundation. Together, they work hard to make this the ultimate organization and represent the city of Houston well. New season's about to start. Texans begin on the road in Baltimore, and then the following Sunday, the fans are going to be here. It's going to be a sellout, the home opener against the Indianapolis Colts. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the Texans season this fall.